So he's straight down here. What are we gonna do?
Man, I'll jump in and swim it.
You know, it's obviously a very important fish to Al. It's a very important fish to me. We wanted to tag one of these fish. We had traveled a long way. And so, you know, you continue on the checklist. And, you know, the last thing that you do is you jump in the water. And
let me rephrase that. The last thing you do would be jump in the water.
You're on.
No way. No way. Unbelievable. Nice
Yeah,
job, Tom! Yes! Look at that guy!
That is a shark.
That's the biggest fish I've ever caught.
I thought you said you had
Got him, relax.
Oh, dude, he just ripped my boat off.
The Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, with Captain Tom Rowland and Captain Rich Tudor.
What do you say, man?
What's up, boys?
What's up?
Al, what's
How you
happening?
doing?
Good to see you.
Doing great.
All right, you got some shrimp?
Shrimp you
crabs?
requested? Crab?
Awesome.
Got some crab.
Very cool.
You got
Well,
the fish located?
We'll see. We'll see. We got great weather.
Beautiful day, huh?
Everything's right. All we got to do is catch a couple.
So where are you thinking about rolling to today?
I think we'll head out west and probably end up making it to the Marquesas.
Rich, I was by Will's place this morning. He gave us a good tip in the Marquesas, a little spot. It's
Yeah?
holding a bunch of permit.
Oh, good.
So we might check that out.
That's
and,
good. We'll definitely check it out.
Hit the honey hole.
Good.
Well, I know you like the permit, so
Yeah,
this is as good a spot as any.
You brought a tagging kit, right?
I did. I brought a tagging kit. It's in this bag right here.
I'm really curious to check that out because you were saying you guys have been tagging a bunch of permit lately, right?
Yeah, I mean, a couple of years ago, I was talking to the Bonefish Tarpon Trust and said, what can we do to help? And they said, well, you know, how about permit? Nobody's ever tagged a permit before. We don't know anything about them. So we started funding like a 5-year permit tagging program.
Yeah.
And Costa's paying for all the tags and the marketing of the program and everything. And we're getting all the guides down here to help us out with tagging these fish. And so we hope that over the next 5 years, we're going to figure out, you know, what their migration patterns are, what their spawning patterns are, so that we'll know, you know, how to protect them for the future. Because it's, you know, you guys know, I mean, it's top of the food chain as far as game fish goes.
Now, Tom, all the years you've caught, have you ever tagged one?
No, nobody's ever taken the initiative to get the thing started, so I'm 100% behind it, and I really would like to know some of the results, like where they are, so maybe we can catch a few
Yeah, we're
more,
going to keep those results a little private,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, that's on Al's day.
But we're going to a place with this kind of weather, you can catch a number of them. You know, if everything goes right, you can catch a lot. So let's go see what we can find.
let's go get them.
Yeah, I was glad to meet Al or get him out on the boat. You know, we met him and talked to him a lot, but one of the things that I was always impressed with about Al is that he had a passion for my favorite fish, the permit. You know, his company, Costa, started this tagging program for permit, you know, working with Bonefish Tarpon Unlimited and just trying to get this thing going. And nobody's really ever taken the initiative to get something like that going. So I'm 100% in favor of it. I wanted to learn a lot more about it. Having Al on the boat was really cool because, you know, we could learn firsthand kind of what's up. You know, have they found anything? You know, how many have they tagged? Where all is this going on? But when Al told me that he had never caught one, I thought that meant that he had never caught one on spin. And so I told him, I was like, yeah, well, that's cool, because I used to think, you know, as a hardcore purist fly fisherman, I used to think I'd rather catch one on fly than 10 on bait. But you know what? That was before I'd caught 10 on bait, and catching 10 on bait is pretty much fun. So I was kind of interested in showing him the other side, and no better place than the Marquesas. And typically on weather conditions like we had, permit would be loaded in all the places that I took you guys, but for whatever reason, they weren't that day, and it was tough fishing. And for you,
well,
it was good
your
because
example of tough fishing is not my example. I mean, first of all, I've been down there with you quite a few times. I'd say at least a dozen times over the years. You've taken me to the Marquesas. We've done the flats a bunch. We've done a couple of wrecks here and there, and we've always caught permit. But what was different this time is you took me and bounced me around to 10 wrecks that I had never seen, and each one of them, I mean, I was amazed. Clear water, shallow, beautiful, barracudas everywhere, which was amazing to me. And I know you were looking for the permit, but I'm like, wow, there's like 40 cudas right there. I couldn't resist trying to catch one.
He can't resist. Oh, you're on.
He's coming, oh, he ate it. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Yeah, man, I like these cudas. Up here in Island, we do not have that. We have a handful of, of wrecks that essentially people fight over. Most of them are deep water, 100 foot or more, so you can't really see them, clearly. And I was just amazed at how many shallow, clearly visible wrecks you had, and nobody out there fishing. I'll tell you what, I like my barracudas.
Nothing wrong with barracudas, you're right about that. I'm pretty sure I'm seeing them on the other end of the wreck down here. I'm certainly seeing a lot of big cudas. And if we don't see them here pretty soon, we're just gonna move on because this tide's just perfect.
Yeah, man, look at that. That's one of the smaller fish that was out there.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He's a nice one. Nice. See you, buddy.
Follow his line.
Stay a little loose on
Oh, that's your, oh no, your fish is over here. We gotta go after that line real hard, Rich.
The Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you by Mercury, by Yellowfin, only in a Yellowfin, by Lowrance, find, navigate, dominate, and by Costa Sunglasses, Motor Guide, and Power Pole.
Basically, every situation that a permit lives in is within a couple miles of the Marquesas. The wrecks, the coral heads, the flats, the channels, it's all right there. So if I'm going to take somebody and they haven't ever caught a permit and we're thinking, okay, today we're going to catch a permit, it's the #1 thing on our list, I'm probably going to head that direction because there's just so many options. And so that day, the conditions just kind of told me, hey, look, if we keep bouncing around these wrecks, we're gonna find a couple of fish.
There's a school
there he ate
permit
it.
out
I got
here.
him, I got him, I got him. I got that big one.
All right, cool. We got a school permit out here, Al.
That's
Take
a
us
monster
to the left
cuda, man.
here.
I got him. It was beautiful. It wasn't, it was great clear sky, calm enough to run around quickly, and the water was real clear too. I remember when we bounced around to quite a few, saw some cudas there. It was awesome. I mean, that barracuda for me, I mean, that is one of my favorite fish to catch.
You got something to get that hook out with?
Yeah. Whew. Yeah, man.
You got him.
That's a pretty hefty dude. Man, you got those things just stacked in here.
Cudas are, they're huge and they're so much fun out there. But, Al was focused. He wanted to catch a permit, and he probably had caught barracudas before, but, he's thinking, okay, here's my chance. This is it. I'm going to try to catch a permit today, and this is going to be the way. And so we just kept bouncing around to those wrecks. We saw a couple permit here and there, but it really wasn't the situation I was looking for until I took you way out to one of the furthest ones out. And I pulled up there, and from quite a ways away, I could see that there was a nice school permit on the wreck.
Now I see the school is moving to the right-hand side of the wreck.
Tom, current's pushing us this way, right?
Yeah,
okay, there they are,
just
right
kind
there.
of turn
Long
out
cast.
to the right.
That's
There you
gonna
go,
work.
Al. Tip up.
That's gonna work. Tip up.
I'm getting ready. We're gonna get more than one. If you feel something
Tip
real,
high and start reeling.
just reel a little, you're on.
Reel. You got him, man!
Yeah, baby.
Reel. All right, tighten your drag a little.
Okay, the fish are moving to the right, Rich.
Al just hooked his first permit.
Yeah, baby.
Good job, Al. We're gonna hook more than one.
Al's hooked up to the first permit of his life. That was really awesome.
Really cool, and I could see how excited he was. I mean, the whole scenario was just cool because the fish is running. You could see the wreck. The fish was going away from the wreck. He was, in good shape. Really, even though we saw the fish, it was about concentrating on this guy's permit. This was his first permit. We don't need to mess it up by hooking another one or whatever.
And we want to tag it.
And we want to tag it. And worry about getting in that wreck. What should we do, Tom? Go after him?
I mean, you can. There's not a lot you can do. I mean, you just either pull hard or let him go. You can keep your rod tip nice and high, and that'll keep it out of the wreck a little bit. I think he'll come back, man.
Is that one right off the tip there?
I think
to
that
the
one
right?
might be a barracuda.
Let's catch this one, tag him, and then we'll go catch some more.
Absolutely.
Get him away from that wreck is what I'm worried about. I started getting on the trolling motor and trying to work the fish away from the wreck. The boat got away from the wreck, but that fish was strong, and he kept pulling off line, and I was just getting a little worried that he was getting in that wreck, and sure enough, I could see it kind of get locked up.
Follow his line.
Stay a little loose on
Oh, that's your, oh no, he is, your fish is over here. How is it caught on something? We've got to go after that line real hard, Rich. I just keep real light pressure on him until we can see what he's around here.
Yeah, maybe if we go past
Yeah.
Rich, and then I can pull him that way.
Where's his fish? Is that his fish over there?
Yep, that's
Way
his
over
fish on
there.
the surface.
Sort of floating.
There's 6 or 8 of them underneath it. All right, now cut right over to his line. There's all the permit taken off.
So he's straight down here. What are we gonna do?
Man, I'll jump in and swim it if we need to.
Go for it.
You might need to go back, Rich. Whoa. He's
Okay, just kind of stay light on this drag. If you go tight, it'll break. You might want to hop down and be mobile now. Kind of hold your tip low and try to get it under whatever it's on. That's the problem around those wrecks, is if they get in that wreck, 95% of the time, they're breaking you off. That line's gonna rub up against there and it's gonna break off. But we kind of loosened the drag. Once we knew he was in that wreck, we loosened the drag a little bit, got the boat up in position, and was just hoping. But I mean, I thought it was over. I thought all we could do is break the line. You had a better idea.
I don't know what else to do but get in the water.
you want to try to get in and
I mean, I will.
I mean,
Who knows? This might be the only one we catch. You know, it's obviously a very important fish to Al. It's a very important fish to me. We wanted to tag one of these fish. We had traveled a long way. And so, you know, you continue on the checklist. Loosen the drag, you do this, you do that, you move the boat up, you stick the rod down, and if that doesn't work, you know, the last thing that you do is you jump in the water. And
Let me rephrase that. The last thing you do would be jump in the water.
it's going to be a long shot to get this thing out of there.
The fish is on there. It's a chance as long as we can follow that line.
The Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you by Yeti Coolers, wildly stronger, keep ice longer. Bass Pro Shops, your adventure starts here. Quantum Rods and Reels, fishing at a quantum level. And by Loadmaster Boat Trailers, Marine Formula Stay-Built, Plano, and King Sailfish Mounts.
It's going to be a long shot to get this thing out of there.
The fish is on there. It's a chance as long as we can follow that line.
you know, I said, okay, look, I'm going to go in and that fish is still on there and keep the drag really loose, and I'll go down and see if I can get it out. I started swimming down and I'm following the line down, and man, it really did seem a lot shallower. I mean, I went down about 30 feet and there was like a tabletop, I mean, just like this, but I could clearly see that the line had gone all the way around that. So I started trying to work it around, and I couldn't get it around. And so several trips up and down, and I'm thinking, man, I just really don't know. And Al had the bright idea. He's like, well, what about working from the other side, right? And I'm thinking, oh, hey, that's a pretty good idea. I could go down there, I could get that line, bring that line up, and we could tie that to another rod.
Okay, I got it. So pull as much of that as you can. Pull as much from the other side. There you go. Pop it.
Open your reel.
So
Open your reel.
pop it or cut it or whatever.
All right, don't let go of it.
And I took the line back up there, handed it off to you guys, and I started swimming towards the fish, just pulling like this, because every now and then he would take off and that line would go through my fingers, and then I would just pull in as much slack as I could and swim as close to him as I could, because I knew you were going to need the slack to tie the line.
Got the other rod?
Yep.
I was up there, just trying to tie this knot. I mean, literally my hands were shaking because I knew that, at any moment this fish could break off or whatever was going to happen. I've never done this before. All right, start giving me some tension. All the time that's going on, I had no idea if I was thinking the fish would be wrapped around the wreck 25 times, and that was really going to be the test. As soon as that line came tight, are we on a fish or are we on the wreck in another spot? Reel, 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 reel. Reel, 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 reel.
Okay, Tom, got it.
You're on.
No way. No way. No way.
Yeah, baby.
No way. Come on, get him out of the wreck this time. No way. Unbelievable. Nice job, Tom! I can't believe we're tight on the fish. I can't believe we're tight on the fish.
That's probably almost 100% not exactly how Al thought he would catch his first permit. I can pretty much tell you. But you know what? There's a good story that goes with it. And,
a great story.
And that guy is going to be a permit fisherman for life.
That was above and beyond, dude. That's amazing.
Tom, Mr. Permit, give me
Yeah,
five, dude.
baby.
Awesome.
Good job, dude.
Now, that was the
Sweet.
first way to catch a permit. That was not the easy way.
He was not gonna make it easy, was he?
Wow.
Sweet.
Check him out. Get your mitts on him, man. Made that fish special. We get him up on the boat, and and then to tag him. I mean, literally, that fish has got Al's name on it now. He tagged that fish. That number is going to record it to a angler. And that fish is out there swimming around right now, and somebody could catch it. Who knows? Maybe we'll catch it again. Maybe somebody in Key West. If they catch that fish, they can check that number, call in, and they'll find out that Al caught this fish. On the date, the size it was, and everything. Who knows where that fish might end up?
There you go, man.
Give him a kiss, man. You've been chasing him for a while.
My favorite one right there. 05452, I think.
All right, brother. See you later.
Wow, look at him go. Yeah. Nice.
Nice.
That was crazy,
Dude,
man.
that was amazing.
That's awesome.
That was awesome.
A common question we get, and one that I got this morning on Twitter, was from a guy who's been flats fishing, and while he was there, he didn't see a fish the whole time. Now, his guide pointed him out to him, but he's wondering how he can see more fish. And the first thing that you want to do when you're going to try to see a fish in the water is you want to get yourself the best quality pair of polarized sunglasses that you can get. I like these Costas because they're going to fit really well. They're going to block out a lot of light and fit under my hat. And so in order to see a fish well, you have to have polarized sunglasses. Now you're prepared to where you're going to see fish in the water. So the next thing that you want to look for is you want to look for anything that's actually sticking out of the water or anything that's making any type of disturbance. But you're not going to see those signs well unless you're scanning back and forth. So I'm going to instruct my angler to look out about 120 feet and then about 50 feet and then about 20 feet in front of the boat, from here all the way to here in front of the boat. If you're fishing in very clear water, you're obviously looking for motion. So while you're scanning back and forth in a 180-degree radius in front of you, you're looking for anything that's actually swimming through the water, any type of motion. If you see that, point your rod at it, follow it, tell your fishing guide what you're looking for or what you're seeing, and then he can tell you whether that's the fish you're looking for or maybe it's not. The last way is to look for color. There will be a slight color variation between the fish that you're looking for and the bottom. Once you see that, then you can start to look for that. And again, you're going to be constantly scanning throughout the day at 3 different distances all the way around this radius in front of you. Now, the last thing I can leave you with is once you actually catch a fish, then you want to take this opportunity to let that fish go and watch it until you cannot see it any longer. This is the best and most effective way to learn how to see fish in the water, because you're going to see that fish here and you're going to watch it disappear. That's the best way. So I hope I've been able to answer your question and give you some tips on how you can see more fish. If you have additional questions on anything fishing related, hit us up on Twitter or Facebook or email us directly from our website. We'll do our best to answer it on the show or get a response back to you immediately.
The Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you by Hawks K, the only key you'll need. By Florida Keys and Key West, come as you are. And by Corrosion Block, Under Armour, Scott Fly Rods, and Fraybill Fishing Gear.
Yep, that's good right there. Okay, reel it real fast.
You see
Starting
him,
to see it
Tom?
on the surface?
Okay,
Keep
yeah,
it coming,
perfect.
keep coming.
Stop.
Right there.
They're
Be
heading
perfect.
towards you.
As soon as you hook up,
Tip
I'm gonna
high.
cast. Or actually before. We should get a triple here.
Reel on yours, Al. Make sure he's tight. Reel, Al.
Anything? Good
Got
job.
it. Nice job, man.
Wait, stop, Rich. You had one following you.
This is a big one.
Stop, look at that. He's trying to eat you, Rich. That guy wants it so bad. Look at him.
He's gonna eat it right on the surface,
Rich.
right on the surface.
Oh, you're so lucky. You're so
That
lucky.
was awesome. Did you see him eat it right
Well,
on
he
the
chased
surface?
after it like crazy,
There's
man.
3 behind mine. Tom, get a
I
triple.
see him.
That was such a cool bite, man.
Permanent madness.
You know, mission accomplished. We got to go out to the Marquesas, and I always think that the Marquesas, just like the Everglades that you have here, man, it's a no-lose situation. You go up there, and you're going to see beautiful bird life, you know, catch a fish or don't catch a fish. It's an adventure. You're going a long way. There aren't a lot of boats around, beautiful birds, you know, beautiful area. You know, so I always think of the Marquesas and the Everglades as kind of a similar kind of situation. It's not about going up there and catching a whole bunch of fish, although sometimes that does happen. And you know, that day it was cool to get to know Al a little bit better, learn about the permit tagging program, and have an adventure and catch some fish. It was great, and I hope to do it again with Al. And next time maybe we'll get him to catch his first permit on fly.
That's cool. Do we get the number written down?
Yeah, let's get the number and then we need to measure them.
So if somebody catches my permit some other day, they'll call it in and find out about it, huh?
Call it in, Fish and Wildlife, and we're good to go.
All right.
That is really cool.
Let's go see if we can catch his brother over there.
Dude.